everyone, and welcome back to another episode. My name is Solan Reed, and today we are going to be breaking down the Kingdom Hearts Coco trailer. This is the extended version, so this was shown at the deep dive into Kingdom Hearts last night. I did post my live reaction to that. This is a full-blown breakdown. I have a script, which you guys know I don't normally script my videos, but there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot that I wanted to show, and yeah. So what we'll do, what we did with the first one, we'll go ahead and watch this. After this is over, then we will break it all down. And what I will do is kind of just go piece by piece. This is going to be a longer breakdown for sure, because I have a lot to talk about. So let's go ahead and watch this, and then after we're done, we will go ahead and start breaking things down. Sorry, my brain is... I'm tired. Alright, let's go ahead and watch this. I have it pulled up on this screen, because I have my script up on this screen, so... The script is, but by the way, it's just very important that y'all understand, this script is not telling me everything to say, it is all of the points that I need to make. Let me just make that clear, it's not an actual script, it's more of a guide.
Brings back memories.
I also already replaced the music.
Gracias.
Because we had that problem multiple times with the initial trailer with the one that came out yesterday while I was live.
He's been forgotten.
And we've seen all this, which is
when there's no one left in the living world who remembers you, you disappear from this world. We call it the final death. Hey, it happens to everyone eventually. Come on, De La Cruzito. You got a contest to win.
I kind of like this music a little bit better. I mean, not better than like the original Coco song, but it's nice. It's a nice little like, it's kind of flowy.
This is Quadratum.
They're asking for Dandelion dispatch.
A dark cloud has appeared near Shibuya Station.
Molly! Behind you! Wow!
Whoa!
Welcome to the Plaza de la Cruz.
Yeah! Yeah!
It's showtime!
This is a lot of new information. I bet I'll find a clue to saving Sora now. Huh?
When folks disappear above, is this where they always end up?
But Sora isn't here.
What?
Come on! What?
Sora, is something wrong?
What can you see? Sora! Hey!
Whoa,
We can't find him yet.
Whoa! Here's a surprise. You're looking pretty good for an old coot.
Strelitzia! Sigurd!
Wake up and see.
Alright. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. So, where we're gonna start, what I'm gonna do on my end, I'm actually gonna move my camera over here so I can pull this up. Alright. Okay. So there's a lot that we need to get into with this. What I'm gonna do, I have my OBS pulled up on my other screen. I have the video pulled up here. We're gonna start after the entire Coco song and sequence, mainly because there's not really much to talk about. It's essentially the movie. And I'm not really interested in breaking all of that down. I haven't seen Coco in years. So we're gonna start from just after the Kingdom Hearts 4 logo. The first thing, the Master of Masters. We see the Master of Masters standing in this field that seems to resemble the same field that we see him and the True Darkness, Lushu and Ava. Who else has been there? Laurium and Elrina, and Laurium and Strelitzia have all shown up in that one place in Daybreak Town. Could this be Daybreak Town? Could this be Scala? I don't think it's Scala based off of the background. Looks like more hills. So in my opinion, I'm thinking something more similar or like more closely related to Daybreak Town. We see Sora when right after that we see Sora, and this actually looks to be pre-rendered. So the intro maybe having to do something with like the cinematic intro that they always do. We get to see Scala or Quadratum in a bigger span than we could before. And if this is Sora's apartment, something I'm just now noticing, it's actually not on my list. They seem higher, like a lot higher up than they were before. Like they were at building level before, but like are they on top of this building? I mean, this is a very large building if so. So it makes me kind of wonder, where are they? Next, Sora has a phone. A real phone. We're ditching the gummy phone. But if you zoom in, you can actually see Sora's phone has a Mickey Mouse emblem for the camera. I think that is a great touch. And then there's also a little chain that's sticking off on the top of it, which is interesting as well. I still don't know what these things are. They are like, when I took this screenshot, I literally put UFO. I have no idea what these are. I've seen a lot of people referencing Final Fantasy XIV or Final Fantasy 15, one of the two. Other people have referenced Final Fantasy Versus 13, which we all know is very much what this game is inspired from. Now, this dark side, something that I did not notice upon the initial time, like the initial watching of this trailer. He's breaking through what looks to be a barrier, although when you are watching the trailer in full, it actually looks like he's breaking ice. But if you zoom in, you can see that hexagonal pattern that you see with like the barriers that Sora uses in Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3, and the barrier that Riku and Aqua use in both Kingdom Hearts 3 and Birth by Sleep. So that is interesting to see, and in my opinion, I feel like these dark side beings, which you can also see, the heart is actually missing. I'm just now noticing that as I'm scrolling through. The heart normally comes up to like his chest. He has a full-blown chest now. It's interesting. They seem to be more conscious, like have more awareness than the dark sides we fought in the past. And I say that because of the deliberate redirection of the orbs that he created. Like, that's very interesting to me. Now, these, there's a part of me that wants to say that these aren't Heartless because of how they spawn in. Heartless spawn from either a very small corridor of darkness. If they are shadows, they spawn from the ground. A lot of these dark, pureblood Heartless, they spawn from the darkness. They spawn from the ground. These guys are spawning from midair. They're materializing from midair. Now that may just be an animation choice, or they could be a different enemy, you know. Finally, we get confirmation of who this masked character is. That was something I honestly believed as well, that it was Vali. I had said that in my initial reaction video, kind of / breakdown of the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer that we got back in June, the second trailer that we had gotten about Kingdom Hearts 4. But something else I noticed, Vali holds his Keyblade backwards, just like Ven does, which is interesting. This is a very interesting design choice because Ven is the only character we've seen who holds his Keyblade backwards. We've seen all of this. This is all Coco stuff. This boss fight, we did get a little bit more of a view, and it does confirm my theory that this is an on-rails boss fight. But we can see the Keyblade is actually never touching the ground. It's floating above the ground, and then the keychain is actually what is attached to the boss, and it seems that the boss is kind of pulling us along. Though we see a lot of slack in that line sometimes too. Now for this team attack, this was something really cool that I noticed when going through this. Sora jumps into the air and then turns his Keyblade backwards to slice through the piñata. Now, I've been playing Kingdom Hearts for a very long time. With Ven and Roxas being away before this, if Sora ever used his Keyblade backwards, it made sense because Ven was inside of him. Why is he using his Keyblade backwards now? Is this just a design choice? It's hard. It's so hard because you're trying not to look too deep into things, but also you kind of have to. We see in the top left-hand corner that there is a progress bar of some sorts. I've seen people notice this during the first trailer that we got on Friday. This could be a possible, this is happening during the Coco song, which I really hope it doesn't, because that means this entire battle is going to be happening while Miguel is performing that song. But we also do see Miguel fighting as well. We do still see the build command, which is something else. We haven't seen it used again since the Nintendo trailer, but it is interesting to note it is still here. Now, this part shocked me. So people have been saying that this might be the Book of Prophecies. I'm not 100% convinced about that just yet. It kind of looks a little bit different than the Book of Prophecies from the front cover of it, with the front cover having an hourglass on it. Now, this Scala text, though, I tried my best. I could not decode it. With the current alphabet that we have, and I'm sure somebody out there will be able to, it's pretty impossible to decode. The two swirly lines based off of the alphabet that we have do seem to correlate with the letter W, but I can't think of any words that have two W's in a row like that, so I gave up. So now we get into the Mickey playable segment. First things first, this portion is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Looking at the command menu, I could not definitively figure out what that was. And it's very confusing because it looks to be maybe a library, but it also from far away looks like a town. But we know it's not the Scala. It's not Scala, even though we know he's in Scala. It's very confusing. We see, what does that say? So this is interesting. I'll actually touch upon it in just a second. We do see there's in our command menu, it says back to Mickey. We're gonna get to that in just a second because this is something I didn't notice on my first playthrough, my first viewing of it. So this is not Mickey. Mickey's in the bottom. He's in the bottom left. I did not notice that. I didn't notice that before. He's standing off to the side. That's why it says go back to Mickey. But there's a button that means swap. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure if that's like swapping your different, they did say in the interview that you could you could make yourself really tiny to fit through cracks. You can make yourself very large. You can make yourself literally tiny. I meant then when I did that. You can turn into a paper airplane. So I'm wondering if that's what this is. That's what the swap command means. We also see a grayed out one throw. And then I'm gonna go back just a little bit so y'all can see in the bottom right hand corner where normally we would have party members, we see two different things. We see the yellow mouse, which is what we're currently controlling, and it has the ×2 next to it. And then we see a blue one, and then we see this one in the bottom ×1. Also interesting, I'm interested to know what that means. So I'm really excited to get into this one. So in this one, we see that so this seems to be very similar to the Goofy slider that we have during Kingdom Hearts 3, when going through the, what is it? Like any of the lava portions, specifically in Olympus Coliseum, or the Frozen slider minigame. This seems to be like that. Although, interesting thing, Goofy is using his shield. Donald is actually using ice, which is really cool because we know that we can use ice as like a rail of sorts in Kingdom Hearts 3. It's cool to see Donald using it though, and it kind of fits a little bit more because of the ground being full of fire and lava. Now we get to get into the combat, playing as Donald and Goofy. This is something I'm very freaking excited about. Before we do that though, if you look at the command menu, it looks like they're actually using a very similar design to the Kingdom Hearts 2 Underworld command menu that we see. And next to the attack menu, there's a downward arrow. That could be maybe to swap characters during this portion, though we don't have any other HUD information to be able to definitively tell. I'm interested to know what that does. I really am. This part. Okay, there's a lot to go off of, so we're gonna start with just like the command as a whole. The command menu actually changes to an orange color, which to my knowledge, and I may be wrong, I have never seen before. We've seen yellow, we've seen red, we've seen blue. I don't really know if we've ever really seen orange. And it's a pretty interesting design. I really like it. So we also have a combat style command in place of the build command that we would have for Sora. Now, My wonder is if this is something like the limit commands that we see in Kingdom Hearts 3, or Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3, where you can do a different limit with your character, or like with the party members. Looking in the bottom right hand corner next to Donald's face, there is a button which can only assume allows you to swap between Donald and Goofy. As we can see during this entire segment, you're playing as Donald or Goofy at either time, and so I'm assuming you can swap between the characters mid-battle, which is something interesting sorry about that cut, my dog decided to make a lot of noise. Is something interesting because we actually don't see that in any other Kingdom Hearts game where you can swap mid-battle like that, where you can swap mid-anything. Even in Kingdom Hearts 3, where you're able to play as different characters, you still can't swap mid-battle, so that's interesting. In the top left-hand corner, we can see that there are 3 waves of Heartless that we have to fight. And something I actually forgot to point out with the Mickey thing, there are 5 different pages that we have to fight, or we have to find during the bridge sequence. But if you go to the Big Mickey sequence, there's 3. So I'm excited to see, is this like a mini game? Clearly it's a mini game, but like there's so much I'm excited to see. I want to see more about it, but I'm also very scared about like what's coming. While I'm trying to find where I'm at, they did say inside of that, in the panel last night, if you haven't seen the lives, they did talk a lot about how they think this is just the beginning of the marketing coming for Kingdom Hearts 4. So I am excited to see what's going to happen with that. I am going to have my sister pre-screen all of the trailers beforehand to make sure that there is no major spoilers for anything. A, I am not trying to be spoiled, but B, I'm not trying to have y'all be spoiled too much. Honestly, I feel like there's a lot in this trailer that we could have done without, to be completely honest with you. I meant to look this up, but I forgot. Give me just a second, let me look up. So, sorry about that cut. I was trying to see, because this is something I dealt with Kingdom Hearts 3. So Kingdom Hearts 3, all of that kind of happened before I made this channel, before I really even got into gaming too crazy much, but I was very interested in that game. And they released, according to Google, 16 trailers between 2013 and 2019. That is an insane amount of trailers. And while it doesn't seem like a lot, it's a lot. Like, it really... I'm clicking on so many things. Like, that's about 2 trailers a year, which obviously doesn't sound like a lot at all, but over the course of 6 years, it's a lot. That's a lot. I'm sorry, but I knew every single major plot point that was going to happen, and I am going to spoil some of that now. So if you haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3, please click off of this video or skip to, I'll have it timestamped in below so that way y'all know when you can skip to the next timestamp. But like, I knew about, we knew every single world that was going to be in the game. Every single world had been released, had been announced. We knew about Aqua being evil. We knew about Kairi dying. We knew about Sora, or about Donald dying. We knew so freaking much about this game that when it came out and I played through it with my mom knew nothing, so she was more shocked than I was. I wasn't really that shocked. The biggest thing that I knew was that that I found out that I did not know prior to was that Zigbar was Lucio. And I actively almost fell backwards out of my chair when I saw that. That was really the only time I had a reaction like that. So I'm gonna have my sister, or I don't really want my mom to, because I know my mom loves Kingdom Hearts 2. Not as much as I do. Nobody loves it as much as I do in my family. But my sister, she's, like, she doesn't really care either way. So I'm gonna have her pre-screen all of those trailers going forward, so that way if there is any major reveals in that trailer, we're going to be skipping it. I just wanted to kind of point that out now. Welcome back to those who skipped forward. So now we get to look at the actual combat from Donald and Goofy. We see Donald shooting off some magic, you know, doing his normal thing. But then we get to see what I'm assuming is his finisher, showing him jumping into the air, creating a giant star, and then creating a shooting star. And then that star explodes on top of the enemy, which looks eerily similar to Mickey's star shard that we see in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Very interesting to me. That's very, very interesting, because there's a lot that you can do. For one, I don't think I've ever seen Donald use a star before. So is that how they're traveling between worlds, is using the star shard? I mean, they have the gummy ship still, but it's interesting. It's interesting. Now we get to get into Goofy. So Goofy does his combo with a downward slash, then an upward slash, a horizontal slash, and then he flips upside down, putting his shield under his feet as he comes back down onto the enemy, onto the Heartless. And then he jumps into the air using his foot straight up and down, dude, buddy. I can't even see really where his foot's going, and starts doing, you know, his normal spinning attack. He throws his shield out, which, as he continues to spin, so does the shield around him. It's a very interesting. It's a very cool and interesting finisher. But we've seen Goofy do things similar to that before, so it's nothing too crazy. And then for the team attack that we see Donald and Goofy do, I tried my hardest to see if I could figure out what this team attack was called. There's no letters there. I mean, if there is, you cannot see it. But we do get fusion jump and cancel, and then one other command. We see Goofy throw his shield out from under him in a very similar fashion that we see in Kingdom Hearts 3 when he is throwing his shield for everybody to jump on during any of the slider mini games or slider parts of the game, specifically in Olympus Coliseum. Donald jumps onto it with him, and then they start spinning around like crazy. We have a finish command, and we can see fireworks kind of going off all over the place. I'm assuming those are from Donald. But then they jump into the air, and as everything is still spinning, they plop back down to create a really good AoE effect. And Donald throws magic in every direction, which obviously, as we can see, turns into fireworks. And also, you cannot change characters during that team attack. They look amazing. I just want to say that. I'm really excited. I about fell backwards because they're looking for Sora. So I was trying really hard to see if I could get a good picture of Xehanort's face in this. It was really difficult. There's not really too much to say about this besides it looks a lot more polished than we saw in the Nintendo trailer. This entire trailer looks more polished, which is very exciting. And honestly, I saw Luxu coming a mile away. We knew Xehanort was in Quadratum, and we knew that it was kind of obvious that Luxu would end up here. But my question, how is Xehanort here? And why is it his younger self? Because he died in Kingdom Hearts 3. But did he come here? And if he's here, because we did see him turn into his younger self and then float up into the air. If he's here, is Ericus here? Just do a little food for thought. Alright, we're coming near the end of this. we see these soldier men. I'm interested to know if they are helping us or if they are trying to kill us. They seem to be helping based off of the context of like the shots, but also this could be from an entirely different point in the game. And then this bat thing. I just want to touch on this again because I did notice if you look in the bottom corners of the freaking screen, there's more than one of them, which just makes them even more terrifying. And then we get probably the greatest reveal of this entire trailer, Riku, who looks fantastic. He looks amazing, honestly. I'm loving the new outfit. I'm really excited to see what they do with the story of this game, because we really don't know too much about the actual story of this game. And I'm really excited to see how it goes. And then we hear this voice at the end.
Sora, wake up and see.
And then, of course, late 2027, of course. By the way, this is already able... You can already wishlist this on Steam. I already did. For those of you who did not know that, you can. I saw it on Instagram, and then I went on there and I wishlisted. So, go ahead and wishlist it if y'all haven't already. This voice, though, I can't figure out who it is. To me, I think it could either be Kairi, which is what a lot of people think, or maybe Strelitzia, maybe a different character. It doesn't sound exactly like Kairi. It's only a few words, so it's hard to determine. But yeah, and that is a very, definitely the longest breakdown I've done. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this, guys. I can't wait to see what else is coming. I will keep my eye out. We have more D23 today, but I don't think that they will do anything else with Kingdom Hearts. Honestly, I feel like if they were going to, they would have done it last night. But then again, I didn't think that they were going to do anything on Friday either, so I guess there's always a chance. It's Disney owned, you know. If you didn't already know that, Disney owns Kingdom Hearts. Square just develops the game. And as more news comes out, as more information comes out, I will try to be on top of it the best I can. I am going to try to at least have a video out every day. We do have 2 coming out today because I am going to play another episode of Dusk Fade. But yeah, if any other news comes out, I will try to get it out to you guys as soon as I possibly can. Stay tuned for the next episode of Dusk Fade. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day and a blessed week as we head back into this work week. We're going to do our best to go into it with smiles and happy faces. With that being said, have a blessed week, guys. I'll see you in the next video.